As you know, we belong to an organization called New Brampton. The next question I'm going to ask is the question New Brampton took birth. The tax revenue ratio for any successful city to thrive should be 60% tax income to the city from homeowners and 40% from the rest. The city of Brampton, the ratio is 79% from homeowners and 21% from the rest. One of the worst mixes in the GATA. This is a major reason Brampton homeowners suffer with higher property taxes, which over a long period will drop the value of your homes. How do all the candidates plan to tackle this issue? And Mrs. Jeffrey, as a mayor for the past 4 years, what specific steps did you personally initiate to change the ratio and reduce the property taxes for Bramptonians?
Let's start. Can we start with you, please, Ms. Jeffrey? Start with Ms. Jeffrey, please. Minute and a half, please, for each of these answers.
Oh, this is a big issue, and it's been something that has been a problem for Brampton City Council because for decades, the development community, the tail was wagging the dog. We were letting development happen with unchecked. In fact, for many of you who are older in the audience, you may remember the Kodak Lands Council at the time completely converted, I think it was 45 acres, into residential, which could have been commercial. So once those lands are gone, they're gone. So what I've tried to do is bring more commercial industrial into the city to help change the ratio, and Councillor Gurpreet Dillon on my council has put in a motion so that we aren't converting any more of those lands. It's going to take time. It's a different mindset, and to do things differently has been challenging for this council.
Mr. Sprovieri, 1 minute and a half, please.
The problem has been that we just keep approving more and more housing when the employment is not coming to Brampton. This has been an alarming, since '93 I became aware of this problem, and I've been fighting to bring more revenue to the city through providing executive housing in Ward 9 and 10, where we've attracted numerous business owners who have established their businesses in Brampton, and they're in the Castlemore area. If anybody's familiar with it, it's mostly the people, professionals and business owners have come to Brampton to set up their business. And this is what I've done to help the problem, and I will continue to do that. And perhaps we need to look at maybe slowing down the residential growth in order for the employment to catch up a bit.
Mr. Brownser, minute and a half.
Well, thank you to New Brampton for their courage to expose this challenge. And frankly, they have put forward ideas to the city of Brampton how this can be rectified. The vision, the 2040 vision highlights employment corridors. Existing right now in Brampton, there is an opportunity for employment of 115,000, just looking at the employment corridors in that vision. But we have to be aggressive in pitching the city of Brampton. Right now, we've seen property taxes soar, for the first time higher than Toronto. We're becoming a city where it's challenging for businesses to operate. You know, when the mayor took over 4 years ago, the ratio was 77 to 23. It's got worse. It's now 79 to 21. One of the worst ratios in terms of a residential to non-residential mix in the province. It's not getting better, it's getting worse, and we need a new approach to make sure we can solve this.
Mr. Gozel.
Oh, this is alarming. 79 to 21%. Look at Detroit, what happened in Detroit. That's what happened in Detroit when the property taxes at homeowners were so high, there were no businesses. We need to cut the red tape at City Hall. Businesses need the surety and the timelines. We need to set timelines to issue the permits. Then we have to go ask the businesses. I have extensive experience on trade missions as a federal representative, and we can bring businesses to Brampton. We need more businesses coming to Brampton, but they need the environment. They need the city council and city hall working with them. That's the only way we can do that imbalance. So more Bramptonians are staying home and working in Brampton, and the businesses are paying more taxes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gozel.